As the American Freedom Train began its historic journey, restoration work continued on the Daylight, though at a slower and more methodic pace. The engine would have to be more thoroughly prepared than the Reading engine had been. The Daylight was planned to pull the train continuously for over 11 months, with little time for servicing along the route, even if facilities could be found. The choice for an engineer for the Daylight had been simple. Only one of the restoration crew was a currently certified railroad engineer, and that was Doyle McCormick. An engineer with the Norfolk and Western, Doyle was given leave for the duration of the Freedom Train project. He, along with a dedicated team of staff and volunteers, soon had the Daylight looking like an engine again. On April 21, 1975, the big day came. The Daylight moved under its own power for the first time in over 16 years. The repaired crown sheet held, and a series of road tests began that would ensure the Daylight's fitness for duty. First, there was a jog around the railroad yard, followed by evaluations of every sort back in the roundhouse. The streamlined side skirts that, in the 1940s, distinguished the Daylight engine from all others had to be fabricated anew. The metal skirts would carry the red, white, and blue stripes that would allow the Daylight to blend seamlessly with the rest of the American Freedom Train. As the final paint job was applied, the 4449 took on the look that had made her famous 30 years earlier. Today, the colors were different, as was her purpose. The Daylight was sent on 2 break-in runs. The first was a light run. On May 9th, the Daylight traveled light with just a Burlington Northern caboose to Skamania, Washington. The Daylight performed splendidly. No serious problems were found with any of the running gear or bearings. Three days later, it was time for a more serious test. Pulling her newly leased tool car, the Daylight soon added a freight train of over 1,800 tons, the approximate weight of the Freedom train. Arriving at Wishram at 11 a.m., the Daylight had passed her final test with time to spare.